HIYA'S.
Before I get started, I do just want to send a loving thank you out to HIYA'S for hooking me up with this lovely release of theirs. Was not expecting a box this big. And as always, the product was provided to me, my opinion was not. Let's take a look at the Exquisite Super Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Now I'm gonna try and keep paint and detail rather short because there's only so much you can really cover here. So when it comes to the decals on the Major's face, i.e. the eyebrows and the eyes, I think they're done rather well. They're properly applied. They don't look crooked or malformed, malplaced, or anything like that. The very light paint application in between her lips, separating them so it doesn't look like she just has a mound for her face, is exceptionally well done as well. The hair will be a nice, proper purple color. Beautifully detailed, decent highlights and shadings up in there so it doesn't look like a solid piece once more. Most of the hands are gloved and fingerless. Gonna have these soft rubber bracelets adorning her wrists, both sides. Yeah, she's got boobs. But the detailing for her neck and collarbone areas, I think, are just exquisite. You will actually be able to see some body definition through her bikini leotard one-piece looking thing. Belly button, abdominal muscles, you know. Her midsection over here is actually going to be a very nice rubber so you can actually get the legs into different positions. Unfortunately, not too much definition going on in the thigh areas, but over here we are going to see a lot of detailings for the Major's outfit. Really love the highlights over here on the Major's thigh highs. Then we've got the shin guards into her boots, which are going to be a full rubber. As you can see, look at that. It does worry me a little bit. More detailings and shadings on the back of the legs and the feet and the thighs moving into her butt. Yes, there is going to be some proper cheek detailage going on in there. And before I talk about the jacket, one of my favorite details on this figure. There is actually going to be a detail on the back of her neck for her cyber access ports, which I really wasn't expecting, especially after looking at all of the solicitation material for this figure. But clearly there's been a lot of work done since then. But yeah, I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Hiya. Now, as for the Major's jacket, I actually really dig this, which is a rarity for me because I normally don't dig soft goods on my figures. But it's so lovingly detailed and done, and you're gonna get those silver reflective buttons on them as well, everywhere where they're supposed to be. And I don't know, the jacket just fits her. It doesn't bunch up, it doesn't limit articulation too much, and just overall, I think it just aids in the Major looking equally as badass. Accessories, you ask? Well, we're going to get a smiling face and an attack face. The attack face just proving that Hiya absolutely means business when it comes to their paint applications. Both the eyes and eyebrows, I feel, were beautifully done. We're gonna get this mask headgear thing that I forget the name of, and it will be articulated. Lovely. Which I will say is a bit of a pain in the ass to get on either of the alternate, any of the heads, actually, because Motoko has this like one tuft of hair over here that kind of prevents this from going on smoothly. And as you can see, some of the paint's already starting to scratch off over here. And then when it comes to the only alternate head that doesn't have that tuft of hair sticking out, I've already scratched paint off. I'm not sure why this was done. Handgun, beautifully detailed. Knife, beautifully detailed and rubbery, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. Another thing I fully forget the name of, but it does have a removable silencer, so you can go with or without. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what this is, but I normally just put it around her neck because it's the only thing that it fits. And then we're going to have an assortment of left and right hands, most of which can hold weapons, others can't. And this right here is one of my favorite accessories because you don't have to worry about lining anything up. It's just two hands glued together. They hold the pistol. It's really friggin' cool. Just get that thingy in there. Take off the hands you have applied, reapply, and boom. That looks awesome. What's even awesomer about this, which I'm sure you've seen in the background already, is going to be this stand base. Really like that it says standalone complex on there, but guys, gals, it gets better. Because you can put all of your accessories in here. You don't need to go fumbling around for the box every time you want to change a hand. And it comes with the HIYA'S doggy bag that is actually going to have replacement buttons in there if they fall off the jacket. How very considerate of you, Hiya. Thank you so much. So all of this can be properly stored in a place where it's easily accessible. And again, you don't need to go fumbling around for the box in case you just want to change what she's holding or what's on her arms. It all fits. It all goes back together. And this stand actually ain't too bad. It still does feel relatively cheap, and it is going to feature the exact amount of articulation you'd expect from a stand. This new claw head is nice and tight, and it does do a rather whimsical job of holding the major in place once you get her into an aerial pose you dig. And boom! God damn it, I love this thing so much. And hey, don't worry. If you don't like this big boxy base for your stand, it comes with a classic HIYA base as well. It does the exact same thing, is just a little bit more low-key, and it features the H parts over here, which will aid in connecting stands once more Exquisite Super Ghost in the Shell figures have been released. You can get all of this for the low price of... okay, it's not that low. The major will be standing over 5 inches tall. Shokugan, HG, Reaction, Tetsujin, Limited Movie, Premium Limited King, Band Presto, Pop-Up Parade Large Sized. I can't remember the names of these, I'm sorry. I don't even know who made this. We're going to get a ball joint at the head and the neck, so you're going to get 2 points of movement. She can look up about that far, down about that far. She's going to have a ball joint at the booby cradle over here, so at just that piece, she can look all the way back, like so. She can also bend pretty far in, and of course, there's going to be a decent side-to-side as well. Couple that with the hip ball joint over here, and she can give you the ultimate arch, the ultimate bend and look down, and even some loving side-to-side poses. Just like that. Nice and easy, if a bit immersion breaking in some areas. But we're used to that. Moving on to the legs, they can move down just like an S.H.FiguArts figure. I wonder how many times I've said that so far. They can do the splits rather well. They can kick up and out that far, back that far. Oh, thank you, rubber butt diaper. Pretty sure, yeah, they can go all the way around. That's to be expected, I guess. We're going to get a thigh swivel. The thighs can also move in and out just a tad. A double bend at the knee, and it's whimsical. We're going to get a point up at the foot and a point down at the foot with a decent enough pivot. The rubber is really going to stop it there, which does kind of bum me out, but you will get a full swivel over there. At the wrists and hands, we will get a swivel. Side to side and up and down movements over here as well. A decent double bend in, although the jacket will restrict that. The arms can move in, they can move back out, pretty high up for something restricted by cloth, and here is where I'm going to have to take the jacket off. And now I can show off proper just how much arm articulation you're going to get out of this thing. Again, this is not something I was fully expecting from this figure, and it was quite the surprise. Getting the coat off and putting it back on really isn't all that hard. Sometimes the sleeves do get caught in the elbow bend, and sometimes the bracelets will leave marks on her wrists over there. They look like little smudges. But other than that, and everything that comes included with this figure, not to mention the spiffy box, I really do feel like HIYA have effectively made their own version of the S.H.FiguArts line. So since the major is tooled out like that of an S.H.FiguArts figure, clearly she is going to pose like one, and that is not a dig at anybody in the conversation. HIYA have effectively made their own version of S.H.FiguArts under their own brand, and I think they did a damn great job in doing so. The amount of posability and posability options coupled with all of the accessories you get, plus a stand, it just feels so on par. I appreciate the rubber boots, even though I would prefer a less inhibited ankle pivot. I love the jacket, and that's a big thing for me because I normally really don't like cloth figures in any sense of the word, but this being more so of an accessory and not a requirement is so nice to the point where I'm keeping the jacket on her. She just looks so badass in a leather jacket. I can't help it. The price might be a little bit higher than what people are used to with strictly HIYA'S Godzilla figures, but here the price does feel warranted. I cannot wait to see what else graces the Exquisite Super line. Now granted, this thing isn't as cheap as some S.H.FiguArts figures are, but for what I get out of it, and for it being my first proper articulated Motoko Kusanagi figure, I'm quite happy. And hopefully, if this video isn't banished to the friggin' shadow realm of We Don't Care Where's Lizard, I can do more Ghost in the Shell reviews for HIYA. But that's about enough out of me, friends and neighbors. I do so hope you all enjoyed the video, and when next we meet on no less. It's time. Finally. Bye.
The last deep down low.